Toronto. Dream and decided to put on hold.
Basically, if I don't wake up at 6 a.m, it's difficult for me to go to the gym. I woke up at 7 now, and I have to leave the house by 8:15. So I'm gonna go down that stairs and just hammer a workout. Probably gonna only be like half an hour.
We was flying up all with white, we was building lines, now it's clothing lines. I sell tees and my dog sell tees as well, but his ain't got no design. 180 for the tracksuit, go somewhere else if it's overpriced. New generation don't know how to track, cause they're all getting high off their own supplies. Trap house in the woods with the bandos, haunted a supernatural portal.
We're almost coming to the end of the holiday. I don't know why I just called it a holiday, because it's actually not a holiday. Tomorrow will be my last day. Wow, like, I feel like time travels so fast when you're away abroad, holiday or on a trip or experiencing a new place for the first time. Like, time just seems to go by. Like, we have one more capsule coffee. So I'm gonna have this. Honestly guys, when I tell you, right, can you even see me? I don't even know. You can't. I look like a shadow. When I tell you I am in love with All To Myself by Metro Booming, The Weeknd and Future. Such a banger. Here we go, the best bit. I promise that I'm not you back to do your show in Paris. I promise that I'm not you back. I can't be moving, baby. They can never fix my promise, baby. When they can keep me operation, I thank God that I never saw my life away. I promise that I got you back. What the heck? That song is immaculate. Immaculate? Is that even a word? That's not even a word. I'm just lost for words. I listen to that song, right, every day for sure. At least 10 times for sure. Every single day. On the flight to Canada, I had it on repeat for about 2 hours. And that was just, oh man, that was too sick. I was just listening to that song and We Don't Trust You and Nights Like This. Those 3 songs on repeat. Our coffee is ready. Coffee mates. Oh, I just spilled milk. Oh no, this is bad. Yo. I'm gonna see if it dries. Otherwise it looks like I pissed myself and I don't want to go into work looking like this. Coffee. Okay, so what am I doing today? It's a very good question. A question that I need to also answer for myself. Basically, normal day, going to work. It's not a sunny day. It's very gloomy. It's not looking too great. But you know, end of the day, the weather doesn't decide or dictate our mood. It's the way we approach the day that dictates it. So I want to approach it with high energy, enthusiasm, positivity, all the good stuff, and let's see where it gets me. Yeah, I'm actually so glad I managed to hit the gym because I was so close to skipping this today as well, just because of the time. I need to, like, at least I went, because I did say I was gonna go. Same thing yesterday. I could have gone to another bar with a colleague or something. I don't want to miss out on gym. That's it. So that's all the way down. I've got a pump. You know, it wasn't the greatest workout specifically, but like, you know, I needed to get in there, do something at least. After work, I low-key want to probably just do some more walking. I might walk around, like, I might go to Queen's Park later on. I might go to town, like Eton. I might do something. I just want to do something. I don't want to come home or just back to the hotel and chill and, you know, do the same thing the next day. I want to make the most out of today and tomorrow. I'll probably just go and just explore, and I'll take you with me, and it'll be pretty cool. It's kind of sad that it's coming to an end, but the thing is, I know I'm gonna be back. Like, I know it for a fact. I'm gonna be back here one day, whether it's with my friends or, you know, from another exciting opportunity somewhere, sometime, I don't know. I will 100% be back in Toronto. Like, it's been good. Shit, I gotta go. Damn, and I didn't even finish my coffee. That's so annoying. 8:17, I gotta rush out. Well, this is from the update you sent this morning on the Slack channel. Yeah. Today's actually quite a nice day. I just came out of the office. Pretty sunny. It's still kind of cold, for sure, but it's actually very sunny right now. If I don't do anything this afternoon, this evening, then it just becomes a bit of a waste. I don't want to stay in my hotel room and do that. It's actually kind of warm, like sitting inside and the sun hitting you. I can feel it. It's quite nice. I feel like I'm being blinded right now. I can't see anything. Whoa, I actually can't see my screen. That's kind of mad. Probably not wear these. Now I'm here by myself and the sun's out. Nice afternoon, like, but I'm not doing anything. And I definitely don't want to be stuck in this hotel room and wasting this moment of the day. One of the person that runs the office here in Canada, you know, I spoke to him a lot about making decisions, and when you're quite senior you have to make, you know, tough decisions. You have to weigh out pros and cons and stuff like that. One of the things I always struggle with is knowing exactly like what decision would be the best decision and I wouldn't regret it later on. And that's something I actually did struggle with. For example, like, you know, I've been offered a move here to Canada. That's huge. Also, I've been offered other jobs, but in London, and even in the office I'm in at the moment, I've got the offer of trying to basically be promoted in that. So basically, I have three options, right? Either stay in my company in London and get promoted, move to Canada where it's not as big as London, the office, but you know, it's a brand new experience in a different country. There's a lot of growth opportunities here. I'm close to the US. It's a pretty cool adventure. And then I've also got another job opportunity in London, specifically like central London, and it's a big company. And I don't know, man, like I feel like I'm in a very grateful and lucky position, but I've not been in one of these positions before, so this is the first time. And I don't know what hand to play. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been in this position before, so this is all kind of new to me. One thing I did ask the manager here is, how does he deal with making big decisions? And you know, he came from the UK as well. He moved here too, and he has a specific method of doing that. It's a method where you basically write all the pros and cons of each decision, right? You write all the pros and cons. For example, let's take you want to start a YouTube channel, all right? You might not, but you might. Let's hypothetically say you want to start a YouTube channel, you've never done it before. And let's say another thing, you want to start a business to do with making phone cases because you really like phone accessories, random, okay? And third option is some big coffee company has reached out and want to hire you to make coffee, and they are based in a different country. Okay, let's just say that. What you'd essentially do is you would make a list. So the first one you would say YouTube channel. Second list you would put it as phone case startup. And the final one you would put coffee company opportunity. And essentially you would write the points. You'd write a pros and cons list for each of those big decisions that you have to make. Once you've written the pros and cons, so for example, pros and cons for, let's say, starting a YouTube channel. Number one, you know, there is so much potential with doing that, and you can essentially make a living out of making videos, which is crazy. So that's one big pro. Maybe a con is like having to put yourself out there, you know, into the world, I guess. Not everyone wants to or kind of can do that, I guess. I think everyone can do it. I just think it's whether people want to do it or not, to be honest. But there are loads of pros and there are loads of cons. And the same thing about starting your phone case company. Maybe you're very passionate about phones, but you're not too passionate about cases, but you want to make a company. I don't know. And then the final one, coffee. It's a big company. You absolutely love coffee. The job is perfect. A con might be that it's in a different country, but that could also be a pro as well. So once you've made all the pros and all the cons for each decision that you have to make, then you have to rank it, this is the cool part, right? You have to rank each one. So you take one of the points. Let's take the YouTube channel. Let's say the pro is the unlimited upside potential and your ability to make a living full time of just making videos on YouTube. And then for the pros, you have to rank it out of 10, and it's based on how excited are you about that statement? How excited do you feel when you read that? So for me, if I saw the statement, I can make a living out of YouTube full time, I could do this full time, for me that's a 10 out of 10. That's just personal preference, right? So that's how excited I am. 10 out of 10 I put. And let's say one of the cons for YouTube is that it's an extremely long game. You have to be in it for the long run. You know, you might not hit the algorithm for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, but you have to be consistent, and it's a very time consuming. Then you rank the cons on the basis of, so how strongly do you feel about that con of longevity? Like you know, you might be not going anywhere for about 4 years, 3-4 years, but you're consistently posting. How strongly do you feel about that? Personally, again, I'm answering for myself. I know that this is like my dream outcome, my dream life, whatever, and so I'm willing to like sacrifice a lot of things like time for it. So that's why for me, like, even though it's a con, I would probably put it as maybe a 2 out of 10, right? It still is, of course, you know, bothering me in a way, because no one wants to continue to do it for so long and not go anywhere, right? But you know, depending on the con, you can reflect differently on it. So for example, like moving to Canada, one of the biggest cons for me is leaving my friends and family behind, right? So I put that as an 8 out of 10, mainly because of course I've made relationships, I have people over there, I don't have anyone here. So that's a big, you know, that's a big decision. Cool, so now you've got all the pros, you've got all the cons, and you've got a ranking for them. So some pros you could put it as a 5 out of 10, some pros you could be putting it as a 10 out of 10, or a 3 out of 10. You know, whatever pro you have, you have to list all the pros for as much as possible. Once you've ranked them all, then you would want to, the same thing for the cons by the way, you would then want to, for each decision, so for let's say YouTube, you would add all the pros up. So if it's 5 out of 10, if one of them was 5 out of 10, but the other one, the next one, let's say it was 10 out of 10, add them together, you get 15. 5 plus 10, 15. And you do that for each pro. You add them all up and you get a number. And then you also, for the same decision, add up all the cons for that, right? You add up all the cons. And essentially what you would do is, it would be the pros minus the cons, and then you get a number, right? You get a number. And that's for decision number 1, right? Decision number 2, on decision number 3 or 4, however many decisions you have, you do the same thing. And now you have a number. So let's say decision number 1 for YouTube, you've added everything, you've added the pros, added the cons, you've subtracted it, and you're left with, let's say you're left with 10. You do the same thing for the coffee decision, and you're left with 18. Now, do you see, if you were to compare it, you've got 10 for one decision, 18 for the other, so you're technically more favoring the coffee decision. You're using it as a metric to find out which decision overall is slightly your preference. Basically do that, be as specific as possible with the pros and with the cons, so that you tackle everything. It could be super niche. Like for example, one of the pros for me in Toronto is at the coffee shops. I just love the atmosphere, and I love how they've got like multiple different coffee shops. They're big into like matcha, they're big into like so many different flavors. I think that's so cool, and this is such a small, you know, minor thing, but like, yeah, for me that's a big pro. So yeah, just things like that, add them all up, and then find the number for one of the decisions and find the number for the other decisions, and then you can make rational and logical choices. I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. I learned a lot from that. Like that piece of that conversation today just kind of opened my eyes to decision making and making those tough calls.
Told me once that I was crazy. I said, baby girl, I know, but I can't let you go away. So don't you get me started now. I want a yes, I don't want maybes, cause they leave me where you found me. So don't leave. Ooh, I just love the way you got
Basically, I've just come to a park in Toronto. Not gonna lie, it's not really all that. Like the grass and everything is pretty dead. Like I just filmed a video. The time you're watching this episode, that's already been released, and it's just when I just found out I got monetized. That was pretty cool. In that case, I had to like make a video to say thank you, and I'm gonna say it here again, thank you, because it's one step closer to the journey, the goal. Imagine doing this full time, and I've just been visualizing that, and that'll be crazy if one day it does happen. But for now, like I'm happy because we're a step closer. When I was filming that video, before I even hit record, two like police-looking people came, and they only came to me because I had the camera, and I think they were security of the area or whatever. But they were just asking me what I'm doing and stuff, and I just said a YouTuber, and I felt really good, like, because I'm not like, okay, yeah, I make YouTube videos, and do I classify myself as YouTuber? Yeah, I think I do, but like, of course, I'm not like a YouTuber that has 100k, 200k mil, that kind of YouTuber, like real, like big YouTubers, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I had to explain that to him, and yeah, they were pretty nice actually. And yeah, so I just made that video. Lol, cool story, bro. But yeah, I've just come down here to the park. I watched the sunset. It was really nice. Like it's gone now, but that was just a pretty cool experience. Watching the sunset on my own in Toronto, Canada. What am I gonna do tonight? That's a very good question. I actually don't know. I think I'm gonna probably wander around and then grab dinner. It's technically my last day tomorrow, and that in itself is, that's quite, yeah. 10 days are gone, so I'm pretty happy. Like it's been good. Sorry, I just had to like, I kind of froze up there for a second because those two people were like walking literally towards me. I'm in a park with a camera on the bench. They're just walking towards me, and like, I don't know if they were gonna say something or not, but I don't know. This is the thing, right? I'm being honest. Like, there are people watching. You know, the people that walk by, they see me, they look at me, and not that actually is any. Like, I don't know why I'm self-conscious when it comes to filming in public. I don't know. Like I'm always looking around. I'm always checking. Like a park is. I chose a park because I know it's easy, and like there's not many people here, but I'm still a bit like, ah, shit, why is people looking? And then if I go into like town, yeah, I can't do that. Not at this stage at the moment. So that's something I need to face. That's something I need to face. But I cannot vlog in public. And I remember I did that in episode 2 maybe. I think it's episode 2 I did that. And I felt so good when I was walking. Like it wasn't the most crowded place, but it was still public. And probably one of the top ones I've done. Yeah, I can't just like, I think I can't be myself around when I've got like a lot of in-person attention. I don't know if that makes sense. And if I'm trying to think why that's the case, is mainly because, is it because I care about someone's opinion? I like to think I don't, to be honest. I don't think I do, but maybe if someone's judging me, maybe I care, and I feel like that is the thing. Okay, that makes sense. Me doing this now, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna slowly try and build up to it, but yeah. Well, my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna switch scene now.
Friends, and now I'm definitely still gonna be working when I'm in Hong Kong, but I guess it's just a change in scenery. For the last few days is that my current technical skills, right? It'll be so hard for me to really build something